Tonight on the HPT, we're at the Belterra Casino Resort in Florence, Indiana, where a field of 399 entrants generated a prize pool of nearly $400,000. Going out in ninth place was sales manager and Lawrenceburg, Indiana native Mike Scarborough. Down to his last 8 big blinds, Mike shoved all in with king-queen offsuit and was called by the pocket jacks of Bill. The flop, 2 8s and a 9. The turn card, another 9. Mike needed a king or queen on the river to avoid elimination, but it wasn't meant to be. The river card was a 7, and Mike was eliminated, but he walked away with $8,500. Our 8th place finisher was accountant and Centerville, Ohio native Scott Schwalick. Running low on chips and in middle position, Scott looked down and saw ace 9 off and shoved all in. With action folding around, it was looking like Scott might scoop a pot. That is until Ray in the big blind woke up with ace king and made the call. The flop, 2 jacks and a tray, gave Scott some chop outs. The turn card, the deuce of diamonds. Scott needed a deuce, tray, or 9 on the river or he would be eliminated, but it was the king of diamonds improving Ray's hand, eliminating Scott, but not for nothing. He went home with just over $10,000. And finally, our 7th place finisher was former HPT main event champion and Chicago, Illinois native Gary Herstein. Down to his last 4 big blinds, and on the button, Gary shoves all in against the pre-flop raise of Keven. The good news, Gary has king-queen suited in diamonds. The bad news, Keven holds the buzzsaw. That's right, folks, pocket aces. The flop, 10-7-6, 2 diamonds giving Gary a flush draw. The turn card was the deuce of spades. Now Gary needed to see a diamond on the river to double up, but it wasn't meant to be. The 5 of spades hit the deck, and Gary was eliminated, and his dreams of winning his 2nd HPT title were ended. Gary went home with a nice little consolation prize of just over $12,000. All right, folks, we've got 6 players remaining and nearly $250,000 to award, and it all starts right now on the HPT.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the HPT. I'm James Larson, alongside the best-dressed man in poker, Mr. Kenna James. And Kenna, this week in familiar territory, once again, the Belterra Casino Resort here in beautiful Florence, Indiana.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setting for tonight's competition, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, sitting on the banks of the Ohio River, is Belterra Casino, right, with Cincinnati to the north, Louisville to the south. We are truly in the heartland of America.
6 players left. They all want that top prize of just over $87,000. We've got names like Steve Fox, Mike Shanahan, and the $5 million man, Keven Stammen.
Well, closer to $6 million. Don't short a man his money. $5.8 million in tournament winnings coming into tonight. Definitely the favorite. But also on the table, as you mentioned, Michael Shanahan, an attorney. He's going to make a case for the championship. And then we got Ray Attia, a really colorful guy from Cincinnati. All these guys, even Stammen is from Ohio. It's really real people fighting for unreal cash.
Well, let's go ahead and meet the remaining table players here. And with no further ado, take a look at the prize pool.
Up top, $87,303. Our next player out will receive just over $14,000. Keven Stammen. He's right now our chip leader with 38 big blinds, on down to Mike Shanahan. Let's see how it all plays out here on the final table.
All right, action starts, 40,000, 80,000 with a 10K ante. So glad you joined us tonight here on the HPT. And things are going to get started with an old friend of ours, Mr. Steve Fox. Met him back in 2013 where he final tabled on our cruise ship. He got 9th place there. And now he wakes up with pocket 8s. Not a bad hand to wake up with here, first hand of the night.
Yeah, 6-handed. This is an excellent starting hand. This is Steve's 2nd final table. Ooh, he's not going to like what he finds here as Keven Stammen, the chip leader, wakes up with pocket queens.
Keep in mind, these guys are number 1 and 2 in chips here. So, Steve, you see the raise was the $200,000. Now, Keven, does he flat here or does he re-raise?
That's a very important point you bring up, James. The chip position, this is 1 versus 2. That goes into the decision-making here for Keven. Should he slow play possum? No, he's going to go and take the lead.
He's going to raise it up to $600,000. And now action over to Bob, who's sporting his Star Wars shirt. He folds. Now over to Bill on the button. And he's going to fold. We move over to Ray. I talked to Ray before the final table. This guy's going to be a lot of fun to have here on the HPT tonight. As he looks down at 9-8. That'll be an easy one to get in the muck. And now we go over to Mike Shanahan. And he's going to fold. And action over to Foxy. Hopefully he doesn't marry these pocket eights.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
An all-in
all
re-raise.
Trying to show confidence here, but I think it's not going to get through here as Kevin's got too big of a hand. Steve quickly realizes, ooh, he may have stepped in it.
Wow. Queens going up against the eights. We go to the flop, though. We'll see if Steve can improve his hand. Otherwise, he's going to go from starting this final table second in chips to being our first elimination.
You know, and that's really an important point. We'll pick up on that. But let's go to the flop. Let's see what happens.
All right, Kevin cool as a cucumber there. We go to the flop. And it comes out ace-7-4. And now had Steve maybe just flatted there instead of re-raising, could have gotten away with this hand. So now he's in a whole lot of trouble.
Excellent point, James. And now no help on the turn. And with one of the eights already folded, only a single eight in the deck to save Steve. To the river we go.
And that river card is the 5 of diamonds, and that's going to do it for Steve.
Nice second HPT final table and a good payday going through this tough field.
But it might be a long ride home for Mr. Fox, knowing he started this final table second in chips, and he was the first one eliminated. We'll be right back with more HPT. This week, the HPT coming to you from the Belterra Casino Resort here in Florence, Indiana. James Larson, my name, alongside Kenna James. And Kenna, I missed you at the gym today. We had a 10 o'clock start. You were nowhere to be found.
I did my crunches in my sleep.
All right, let's get back to the action. 40,000, 80,000 with a 10K ante over to Bill with the Star Wars shirt.
Well, he's got the 9-8 offsuit, and looks like he has evil thoughts moving all his chips into the middle. You know, Kevin, just such a big chip lead, but he's right in the middle of the pack of these other players, and I think he's got to consider that. I don't like this play.
And look at Bill squeezing 2 kings there, pocket kings, and he says he makes the call. Whoa, whoa!
Well, he flipped his cards over.
He flipped his cards over. Ray said, hold on, I don't want to see those. Well, I do, but I don't.
Yeah, no, you always want to see the information,
Right.
free information that your opponents give you.
And I think Ray told him, I saw one of your kings.
Yeah.
Okay, but look at this. Now Ray's got a decision. He's got pocket 6.
Well, it's no more decision for Ray Attia here. Is he is going to make an easy decision, an easy laydown as his 6 finds the muck.
Okay, so now we'll flip over the cards.
I wonder if
real.
Bill is going to get a penalty here for exposing his hand early.
All right, so Bob doesn't like it. He sees the bad news here. Bill with the pocket kings as Bob stands up. All right, we go to the flop. Bob hoping to improve. The flop comes out ace for Trey. So Bill's still in the lead with his pocket kings.
2% for Bob. He needs to go runner, runner, or he will be out of this tournament, and that's not to be. So he's going on to another galaxy.
Bob will be eliminated. 8 of clubs comes on the river. That is going to do it. They call him Bad Beat Bob, but today they're going to call him 5th place Bob. He's going to go home with $18,788, and really a pretty easy hand there for Bill. And I think the reason he flipped his cards over, well, he thought it was over, and he kind of knew it was over and exposed his hand there. But no penalty. He's back in action. And, hey, no harm, no foul. That's why we have erasers on our pencils.
I'm not playing golf with you, buddy.
Right. Now Bill picks up the Dolly Parton. He's going to fold that over to Ray. I talked about this in the intro. I like this Ray guy. He's full of energy. He likes to joke around at the table. He reminds me a lot of myself, Kenna. It's a little scary, isn't it? Two of us running around.
Couple of clowns.
All right, action over to Mike. Mike is 50 years old, $450,000 in lifetime earnings.
I saw an ace. I didn't quite see his other card, but looks like he's going to go ahead and defend his equity here.
Looks like ace 10. He's going to make the call. And now action over to Kevin. He's going to check his big blind. So heads up here, Kevin and Mike. And we go to the flop here from the Belterra Casino Resort. Comes out king, queen, 7, couple of spades.
Kevin checks as well.
Both players checking that flop. Let's go to the turn card now. And the turn card is the Trey of Hearts.
Right, and I expect Kevin to defend here with his pair, especially since Mike didn't bet the flop. He didn't raise pre-flop. I think Kevin rather is going to sniff this out and defend his equity here with at least a call.
The bet is 125,000 chips, and Kevin makes the call.
See the river card.
And now we go to that river card. It's the 7 of Hearts.
Mike's gonna be first.
Bingo for Kevin. Now he's just going to be thinking, how much money can I win? Hopefully my opponent has a hand. Now it's a value bet here, and this is his tough decision. Not obviously he's going to bet, but it's how much. Does he make a weak bet, 100,000, a standard bet, more like half the pot, 250, or does he overbet, trying to make it look like a bluff? To figure this out, he really has got to weigh his opponent's most likely hand. So I expect him to go for a weak bet.
450,000.
450,000.
No.
Will he get paid off? He does. Mike makes the
Really?
call, and he sees the bad news. 3 sevens
Interesting.
for Kevin. Yeah.
Well, I think Mike put his opponent on a missed flush draw and thought his ace high might be good, and he went for the hero call. Didn't work out this time.
All right, well, Keven Stammen has had plenty of success right here on the HPT, as well as this week here on the HPT. He won the opening event at Belterra, so he's already running well, now hoping to parlay that success. That opening event, by the way, $27,000 for a $300 buy-in, only on the HPT, my friend.
How would you like to just pick up 27,000,
Yeah, right.
in a side event before you even get to the main?
So Kevin raises with his 10-9, raises to $225,000. Will this be his week? We'll find out. Action over to Bill now. Wakes up with ace-jack, as you see, $175,000 for him to make the call out of the small blind.
I think it's important for Bill to 3-bet here and take the lead, especially being out of position. You want to shorten the hand, not lengthen the hand. But he elects to just call, which means, now he's going to have to catch a flop.
Back to Kevin.
And now Ray
Wow.
moves all in. Kevin folds his hand.
Look at Ray all of a sudden making a squeeze. A big blind squeeze, hoping his two opponents are weak. And Bill, I think, inadvertently may have trapped Ray in this hand. I don't think that was his plan, which would have been a very advanced plan, but... Oh, no!
Wow, Bill's going
Now
to
he
lay the
folds.
hand down.
An overly conservative play by Bill, giving chips away in a spot where he should have been winning this pot.
$87,000 and some change up top for your champion. And we'll be back after these messages to continue the action right here on the HPT. We're broadcasting from 777 Belterra Drive here in Florence, Indiana at the Belterra Casino Resort. Welcome back to the HPT. It's your old pal, James Larson, alongside Mr. Keven James. And look at this, pocket jacks for Ray after the commercial break.
Yeah, we call them the fish hooks.
I try to make everybody happy.
So Ray is going to raise to $250,000.
How about Shelly, our dealer, slipping in? We try to make everybody happy.
She's the best. She's always having fun out there. I love seeing that. All right, so now after Ray raises, we've got Mike going all in. And now action over to Bill, who looks down at ace queen.
Wow.
Got some fireworks going on here.
3 premium hands. I promise you, not everybody's going to be happy at the conclusion of this hand,
Yeah,
Shelly.
Shelly's making people happy right now because they've got some action, some Broadway cards, as we call them. But now 1.3 million chips for Bill to make the call. And look, Ray's thinking, wow, this is great.
Bill moves all in.
Whoa,
I'm so glad you did that because I really did not. I did not want to call. You can have it.
what? Wow.
What?
Jack's face up.
We're four-handed. I know sometimes the fish hooks can be very unlucky for certain players, like myself, like you, like our producer. But wow, kind of a snap fold there.
Yeah.
Both
Well-
players with overs to his jacks, but I'm a little shocked.
Well, they say there's not a correct way to play jacks, and very tough hand to play.
All right, let's go to the flop now. Ace, queen, ace, king, and the flop, all spades, 10-7-4. The only player here out of the two with a spade in his hand is Mike. Turn card now, the 8 of hearts. I'm kind of wondering about those pocket jacks now of Ray. I think he's thinking about it too.
Ray's rooting for an ace, king, or a queen, or a spade.
Or a spade. River card, the 6 of diamonds. So Mike is going to win the hand. So I know we're not supposed to play the game of I told you so or after the fact, but boy, let's go back to those jacks.
You know, you can't play by results, but I think, you know, with 3 players, you got to take a stand with your jacks in that spot.
I think so too as the action continues. Blinds, by the way, 50,000, 100,000 with a 10K. Kevin, your chip leader, looks down at King 10. I like the way Kevin plays. He's got $5 million in lifetime earnings. He just sits back and he plays the game.
He's steady.
Steady Eddie.
Yeah.
Over now to Bill. And Bill's going to fold his hand over to Mr. Pocket Jacks here. No, he's not Mr. Pocket. His name is Ray. He's still having fun. That's okay. It's okay. Ray is 47 years old from Cincinnati, Ohio. $250,000 in career earnings. And Mike's going to make the call with his ace-10. So we got ace-10 going up against king-10. And we go to the flop here from the Belterra Casino Resort. Comes out 7-6 deuce, couple of diamonds.
Yeah, and players seem to be relegating Kevin as not only the chip leader, but the leader in the betting. And I think sometimes, especially when you're out of position and you have a hand that figures to be in front of his range, you should be being more aggressive in taking the lead.
Turn card, another diamond. Bingo, the jack of diamonds giving Kevin a flush. But as you see, Mike holds the nut diamond.
Yeah, he's got the redraw now. So I expect Kevin to continue with the lead here, making a good value bet, and Mike also to continue.
That is $425,000 by Kevin, swelling that pot to almost 1.5 million chips. And Mike is going to make the call now.
To the river we go. Here comes the fireworks.
And the river card is the 10 of clubs. So Mike pairs his 10.
Now that's interesting because Kevin, if he shapes his bet correctly here, I think making a weak bet, he gets called. Making a heavy bet, I think Mike gets away. Let's see what happens.
What will Kevin bet here? How many chips will go in the middle? And it looks like 950,000. And got a feeling Mike might pay this off.
Goes for a standard bet, yeah.
Pull 2 the brown off that stack. Thank you.
Got to get stubborn. Is he going to get stubborn here? You know, his opponent has fired every street. Pre-flop, flop, turn, river. Very rare for a player to fire on all cylinders, on all streets, and run a 3-barrel bluff, as it's called. And to try and look him up with a marginal hand never tends to work out well.
And he's going to make the call, and he's going to see that pot of almost 3.8 million chips will be heading over to Kevin, and he's not very happy about it.
No, Mike isn't. You know, he's looking at the pre-flop hand, ace-10 versus king-10, and bemoaning his fate. But I think he could have taken it into his own hands with a little bit more aggressive play.
Now, I talked about Kevin's success, $5 million lifetime. This is his 6th HPT main event cash. He's finished 6th and 8th here at Belterra on the HPT, hoping to take down his first title here and the $87,000. Over to Ray now.
Very reasonable hand. Also now with King 10 seems to be the hand of the night here. Getting out some of those black chips to make a raise.
Ray's going to raise 2.
And he does just that. And now, just out of frustration here, Mike puts all of his chips in the middle with King 6.
Yeah, looking to punt off his chips of the frustration and the loss of losing that last hand. You got to keep your emotions under control, especially on the HPT final table.
Yeah, and Ray's going to make this call, obviously, with his King 10. And yeah, Mike's not a happy camper right there.
And we're talking about happiness and disappointment.
Oh, look at this flop, though. 6 trade deuce. So Mike pairs his 6.
Now his disappointment went to happiness. We're not playing poker. We're playing feelings, guys.
Turn card now, Jack of Diamonds. Ray doesn't like this at all.
King.
Mike calling for a king.
Let's see the river card.
And let's go to that river card. A pot of almost 2.5 million chips. Deuce of clubs. So, hey, good news for Mike. Maybe that frown will turn into a smile now. We'll see. But look, folks, we got to step aside for a quick commercial break. As you see, 4 players remain. And when we come back, the action will continue from the Belterra Casino Resort here in Florence, Indiana on the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT here from the Belterra Casino Resort. Up top, you got Keven and Mike. And that guy right there, Ray, Kenny, he's on the short stack.
Really is. He's going to have to make something happen with only 7 big blinds. He gets them all in the middle.
10-9 of spades.
Wow.
He's going to put them all in the middle. Mike makes a quick call here with his Jack-8 of spades. And now over to Keven, who looks down at the HPT special, the King-Queen, $685,000 for him to make the call. I call him the $5 million man, talking about Keven Stammen here. $5 million in career earnings. This guy knows how to play the game of poker.
He does, and I expect him to make this call here. He's going to rationalize it out, and it's better to have 2 players against 1 because as you knock each player out of the tournament, you ladder up.
They out.
Keven taking his time, though,
Yeah, he
weighing
really
his
is.
options, and,
He really
and that's
is.
good. You know, I think it's really good. Oh, instead of calling, he moves all in.
Don't worry about it. Just you move the all in. No.
Re-raising all in. Now action over to Bill.
Keven re-raises all in here.
So rather than just forcing the player out, he wants to increase his equity.
Yeah, Mike says, can I get a count? Well, Mike, yeah, I'll speak for Shelley there. He's got more than you do.
That's right, and you don't have much of a hand. So, and now he's in a much more. You notice his emotional state is much more stable. So he rightly finds the muck quickly.
So Mike folds, Keven smiles, and look, Ray's happy. You know why he's happy? Because he's got 2 live cards.
And he's only against 1 opponent, which makes it much more likely for him to come out on top.
What's the window card? 9.
All right, let's go to that flop, see if Ray can hold on here and continue his tournament hopes. Ace 8-4. It's a rainbow. Only 1 spade out there for Ray.
And notice how great Kevin's play is here and not allowing Mike into this pot. He would have been out flopped.
Turn card now is another spade. It's the 7 of spades.
Yeah.
What do you want? 5 of diamond? Anything. All right, how about just a pair of 10s?
A pair of 10s. I don't need a spade. Just give me a 10. That's all I need.
The player's negotiating with the dealer as if she's going to manufacture the card to the river. It's a spade.
6 of spades, and just like that, Ray's going to double up. Of course, you remember Mike. He folded the Jack-8 of spades. Whoa, what's this all about? What kind of dance is this on the HPT?
It's the winning dance.
Ray, by the way, 47 years old, from Cincinnati, Ohio, $250,000 in career earnings. Listen to this: a graduate of Rutgers in engineering and a master's from Xavier. He was also a professor there.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And he should be a motivational speaker. Look at this. Be you. Be fearless.
I like that shirt.
Like
I like that shirt a lot. All right, now, can Ray parlay this pot into even more success here with 4 players remaining? James Larson alongside Kenna James from the Belterra Casino Resort, Florence, Indiana, not too far away from Cincinnati, just down the road about 55, 60 miles. Action over to Bill here. Looks down at a Jack and a 4, Jack 4 of diamonds. That will quickly go in the muck. And back to Ray. Be you, Ray. Be fearless. Ooh, pocket jacks. Remember, he folded these before.
How's he going to play him this time?
You know what happens when you had a hand that would have won and you folded, and now you got it this time. He's probably not going to release the hooks this time. He's going to raise with it. And now Mike over the top goes all in.
Mike just is anxious, it seems, to get his chips into the middle at every opportunity. He figures an ace might be good four-handed. Not this time. He stepped in it as Ray has called him.
Mike shows ace of hearts, 5 of diamonds.
All right, Ray now looking for vindication with those pocket jacks, hoping to just ride this wave. He's on the surfboard right now, 2 in a row. He could be right back in this thing, but we got to go to the flop. A pot of over 4 million chips, and just like that, the ace of spades comes out ace, queen, 6, and bad news there for Ray.
A dagger.
Now, turn card. Hold on.
That brings it
That's
in.
the 4 of spades. What's Ray going to ask for?
Ray does have a flush draw with
All right.
Jack of spades as well.
Here we go. Plenty of outs for Ray. Will he catch one of them? And the river card is the 6 of diamonds.
Wow. That just goes to show you once again, James, there's just no right way to play pocket jacks.
You're right. You're exactly right. Well, you can win with them only if you fold them. Does that make sense to say?
No, because last time he folded him, he would have won. This
Well, that's what I
time,
meant, I guess.
He played him and he lost.
So now, as you can see, Ray,
all in
not
dark.
even enough chips for the big blind there. and he's going to go in dark. Doesn't have a choice.
All in dark.
All in dark. He announces to the dealer.
I like him too. He's got a great attitude.
Yeah, he sure does.
He really does.
And played pretty well today. Just got snake bit a couple of times, and that's poker for you, you know.
Yeah.
Now Kevin's going to make the call. The guys probably will gang up on him, so to speak, here to try to finally eliminate the most talkative guy at the table in Ray as Bill checks his options. So 2 players up against Ray to see if they can knock him out and be down to 3-handed. We go to the flop. It's ace 9-4. Nothing good there for Ray.
Kevin's going to check over to Bill. Bill checks as well, right?
Both players checking. Let's go to the turn card now. Turn card is the jack of spades, so Kevin may bet here now, and he's going to do just that. 125,000. So Ray's going to need to pick up a queen. He doesn't know it because he's
Lady
all in
Luck.
dark.
A queen on the river is the only thing that's going to save him.
He's kind of playing this like ultimate Texas Hold'em almost, a pit game that we can see here at the Belterra Casino Resort. He's all smiles, but he's not going to be smiles anymore as the 8 of spades hits the river, and that is going to do it for Ray, but not for nothing. $24,861. A little hug there from Kevin. He'll hit the rail, but not without going home with a nice little payday. And when we come back, more action right here on the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. We're broadcasting at the Belterra Casino Resort here in Florence, Indiana. I'm James Larson alongside Ken and James. And Kenna, this is our 7th time at this property. $3 million has been awarded to our HPT players.
Fantastic for these players to come out and play for these great prize pools. Nearly $90,000 for first place at stake today as Mike opens up with a raise to $250,000.
Playing 3-handed here, the 7 tray of diamonds, good enough to raise that to $250,000. And now Bill here looks down at 9-6.
It looks like, this blind steal should work, except no, says Bill. The Horseman. Bill Horseman defending his equity in the blind.
Let's see the flop.
All right, we go to the flop. Heads up here, Bill and Mike. And the flop comes out Jack 8-6, couple of diamonds. So something for everybody there, Kenna.
Yeah, a couple of raggedy hands to start. Finding a little bit of hope for each player here on the flop.
Both players going to check. Pot size of just over 600,000. 10 of clubs comes on the turn. Bill, he'll be first to act. He's 57 years old, a business owner in Kentucky.
He's got a pair and an open-ended straight. And Mike, with the flush draw and a gut shot straight, he makes the call. To the river we go.
And the river card, another 10, this time the 10 of spades. So the check mark there goes to Bill. There's 10s and 6s, and he's going to check over to Mike. And now all Mike can do here is bluff. So he's going to put some chips out there. Looks like 700,000.
Yeah, those are black chips. The black chips are worth 100,000 apiece, ladies and gentlemen.
See if Bill can make this call. We got a pot of over 2 million chips.
Yep.
And he's going to fold it.
Wow.
He's going to fold it. Mike Shanahan, the attorney, with $450,000 in career earnings, is going to drag that pot and continue his quest to be our next HPT champion.
Well, it looks like Mike is opening up his game, and he's going after this championship. He's shown a propensity to get his chips into the middle. Here's Kevin now on the button with the boys, Pocket Kings.
And Kevin just, really everything going his way here at this event here at the Belterra Casino Resort. Now he wakes up with Pocket Kings, raises to $250,000. Action over to Bill.
Bill again defending now. This time with the Jack 7 of clubs, he's going to be a significant underdog as we go to this flop. The blue chips, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, are $25,000 apiece. The gray, $5,000. The black, $100K.
All right, let's go to the flop. And it comes out Queen, Jack, 9. So Bill pairs his Jack, which isn't good for him, as you can see. Kevin's got the Pocket Kings. Bill's going to go all in. An easy call here for Kevin. Still 2 cards to go. And Bill pats the table, hoping for a little bit of luck here on the turn and river.
And it is.
And there it is. The Jack of Spades. Boy, the Jacks have been good for some and bad for others here on tonight's program.
Now Keven needs a king or a 10. It's not to be on the river. A harmless 5 for Bill falls. Look at Keven, a little bit dismayed at the turn of events there.
It's just kind of like, really? Did that just happen? I got pocket kings? Really? And after the flop, my opponent pairs his jack, even better for me, so he gets all of them in the middle?
It looked like he took a bite of a bad piece of fish.
Yeah, it sure did. All right, so a big hand there for Bill. By the way, his best friend since first grade is in the audience with him. His name is Ernie Jones, so I wanted to give a shout-out. I talked to both of them before the hand here. And the plans for the cash, no matter where Bill finishes, he wants to put a pool in the backyard. That or buy a new car, one or the other.
Wow, pool or car?
I know, right?
That's quite a dramatic. Maybe I think it does depend on where he finishes.
Third place, $35,000. First place, just over $87,000.
So third place, he gets the car. First place, he gets the pool.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So let's make a deal. What's behind door number 1 or door number 2?
So Kevin's going to raise to $370,000. Just a little minor hiccup there for Kev. He's still in this thing. We go to the flop now. King 7 tray.
That'll cure the hiccups.
Yes, good flop there for Kevin. Pairing his king. Mike bets right into him, $425,000. Kevin's been here before in Belterra, a 6th place, an 8th place. He's running real well, had a lot of success on the circuit recently, a 2nd and a 1st within 3 days on the WSOP circuit. Turn card now, 4 of spades.
And Mike continuing. Boy, I tell you, Mike has really taken on an aggressive approach to this game. Really determined aggressiveness, maybe overly aggressive in certain spots. And sometimes that's going to work out well, other times bad, especially when you're against the likes of Keven Stammen here with top pair. I don't see him getting away from this, even though he's really considering his options.
Yeah, Mike bets $1 million with his gutter draw over to Kevin. Got to remember the last hand stung a little bit, so he's thinking about that before he makes his decision. But again, I call him the $5 million man for a reason, because that's his career earnings. This guy's been down this road before. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to go all in here. And Mike hates this. Look at him. It's like, doesn't like that at all. Doesn't like it at all.
Trading blows we are here on the HPT final table. It's exciting as each player swings it out with the other one. We're going to be right back. Stick with us right here on the HPT.
Welcome back to the HPT here from Florence, Indiana, Belterra Casino Resort. James Larson alongside Ken and James. We started with 399 total entries, prize pool of $383,160, and now we are down to our final 3. And I love coming back from a commercial break to a pocket pair.
Yeah, especially the queens, 3-handed. Kevin, he's not only got the chips, he's got position, table position, he's got the hand position. And now he's got the betting position as he makes the raise.
Bill's going to get out of the way. Now over to Mike. And Mike's got pocket kings, ladies and gentlemen. Mike loves every second of this. And Kev has to make the call. And he's going to see the bad news. The queens running into the buzzsaw of the pocket kings. Look at Mike. Calm, cool, collective.
Well, he should be calm and cool and collected. Normally an 80-20 favorite, but because Bill has folded a queen, he's now a 90% favorite as we go to the flop.
It's ace, jack, tray, all diamonds. So a good flop there for Mike as he's holding the lone diamond here in the hand. Let's go to the turn. It's another ace, this time the ace of hearts. So aces and kings now for Mike. And we go to the river, and the river card is the 10 of hearts. So a lot of Broadway out there, but not enough for Kevin.
Nope. Bad luck for Kevin here to end up on the short stack. Queens against kings, 3-handed. not just in any poker game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the HPT final table, where we're talking about a difference of over $50,000 between third and first place.
Well, a good shot there of our dealer, Shelly. I think we're going to nickname her the Terminator here. Handing out queens and kings, three-handed. I mean, come on. But that's the action you get right here on the HPT. And if you want to join us, check out our webpage at hptpoker.com. Who knows, maybe you can be playing for the unreal cash. Keven doesn't even look like that hand happened. He's still very calm, very cool. He's been down this road before. Yep. It's not over. He's got chips, and he's going to raise with those chips up to $350,000.
I have noticed, though, he's brought the sweatshirt up over his mouth.
I've noticed that too.
And the blind's now 80 and 160,000 with a 20K ante.
You know, back to Keven. He's very well respected in the poker community. I know he runs around with the Massey boys and a lot of folks here in the Midwest. Just good to see him here at this final table. Flop 9-6-4, couple of hearts.
Yeah, wow, look at this flop. Bill with only 8 high, but with the straight and flush draw, a significant favorite to win this hand.
Yeah, the straight draw, the flush draw, the straight flush draw. He's got it all going, but Keven here is reaching for chips as he's first to act. Position so important in the game of poker.
Over to Bill.
Bet is $375,000 by Keven.
Now let's see what Bill does. If he's going to pull the trigger and move all in here, or is he going to play it straightforward and just call Kevin's bet? I like a move in here. I mean, when you have a power draw like this, not only a flush and a straight draw, you play it as if you have a made hand, and that's exactly what he does.
Bill going all in here, so Keven should be able to find the muck with his hand here, and I think he will do that.
By a power draw, I mean any draw where you have 12 outs or more. I call that a power draw. And how about this? Bill Horseman taking down a well-needed pot.
You're watching exclusive coverage here of the HPT from the Belterra Casino Resort in Florence, Indiana. Beautiful golf course here, but my only complaint is 2,200 trees, and I hit about half of those over the weekend here in Belterra.
I'll bet you $100 you slice one right into the trees.
First of all, gambling's illegal here at Bushwood, and I never slice. Back to the action. Keven raises to $325,000. And now over to Bill, who's got a hand.
325.
He's going to make the call. When I say Bill has a hand,
look at this.
Got a hand. He's got ace queen. Now playing coy.
He decides just to flat. I guess he's looking to trap. You know, even three-handed when you're out of position, I really like taking a more aggressive line and three-betting here in case something like this happens.
Exactly. Flop 10-7-5, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, now, you know, you're against 2 other players. You really probably are worst.
Keven with the best of it so far, and that hand just got better. That now improves to 3 of a kind. Bill first to act here, and now he's got the ace queen. He's going to check.
Yeah. See, if Bill would have taken the aggressive line and moved in here, I think he's going to win it pre-flop. Now he's going to give this pot over to Keven. I don't see Keven losing this pot unless a magic 8 comes on the river for Mike.
Keven most likely here going to make this call, and he does just that. And now over to Bill, who will probably exit stage left. So now heads up. Here we go. Mike and Keven. Yeah, Mike looking for a miracle here. The river card is the ace of diamonds. And that is a full house now for Keven. 5's full of aces. So Mike goes all in. And an insta-call. Wow. And just like that, Mike Shanahan is going to be eliminated in 3rd place.
Keven sets the bear trap, and the bear walks right into it.
All right, that's going to do it for the attorney/poker player Mike Shanahan. He represented himself very well at this final table and for his efforts, going home with almost $36,000.
Going through a field of 400 tough players, but for tonight, the case is closed on Michael Shanahan in 3rd place.
All right, coming up after the break, it's my favorite part of the program. We started with almost 400 entries, and now we are down to our final 2. Heads Up Poker coming up next on the HPT right after these words.
Welcome back to the HPT. James Larson with you alongside Ken and James. It's my favorite time in the episode, Heads Up Poker. And you see Kevin and Bill there, a little discrepancy in chips, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. About a 5-1 chip lead for Kevin as they put out the cash in the middle of the table. You know, we never know how the cards are going to play out. Lady Luck definitely has a role in this game.
Yeah, don't count out Bill yet. He's got chips. He's sitting on a chair, and he's got a nice little suited connector there, the 9-8 of spades.
Yeah, chip in a chair is sometimes all you need. Kevin's going to have something to say about that. He's got royalty, king, queen of diamonds. He grabs for those black 100K chips and a couple of those blue 25K chips.
Now, I told you, Kevin running so good right now. He actually won the opening event of this series, $300 buy-in for $27,000. He's been essentially free rolling the entire week, hoping to parlay that into a title and just over $87,000 in cash.
First hand of heads-up play. Bill defends.
I like Bill. We should take Bill out for a cocktail after this event. He looks like a fun guy. The flop is
really
queen,
does.
jack, 4, a couple of hearts, and the good luck continues here for Mr. Stammen.
Yeah, Bill with a gut shot straight to the what we call the idiot end of the straight. Rightly checks it back.
Turn card now is the 8 of hearts. Third heart on board. Bill pairing his 8, but Kev still in the lead. You see an 80-20 split there on the percentages. Just over $1 million in the pot. Let's see what he decides to bet.
Maybe he'll decide to check. You know, Kevin really balancing his play really well between getting value and then playing possum and drawing his opponents into the hand to get maximum value in so many spots. I really love the way he's playing tonight.
All right, river card now is a blank for Bill. And Kevin will be first here. And if you cut back to Bill and see his chip stack, look at not very many is my scientific number for the amount of chips in front of Bill. Kevin's going to win that pot as he smiles. He is so close to winning his first HPT title.
Yeah, but look at Bill. He's smiling too. You know, you said he's only had 4,000 in winnings up to this point, and now he's guaranteed at least $53,000, over $53,000. Nothing to be ashamed of here, no matter how this plays out.
Pocket sixes for Kevin, a queen for Bill, and a 10. That might be enough to get those remaining chips in.
Yep.
Good news now for Bill. He's got 2 overs to the pocket sixes. Hey, look who's back. Ray's in the background there.
Now that's somebody who loves the game,
yeah,
right?
He does. Loves
Can't
the
get enough of
action. So this could be the final hand. If Bill doesn't improve, we'll have a new champion. That'll be Kevin. We go to the flop. King, Jack, 8. So some options here for William.
Yes, any 10, any queen, any 9, any ace. He's got like 84 outs twice.
Ray's out there giving him his outs. Let's go to the turn card. It's another jack, the jack of diamonds.
Look at this. This brings a king into play now because a king or an 8 will give Bill a higher kicker and win this pot. He's got like a 1,000 outs.
I think every card in the deck is one of his outs. They're all laughing about it. Let's go to the river. Shelly, our dealer, rolls off the dreaded tray of hearts, of all cards to end it, and that's going to do it. They shake hands. Always great sportsmanship here on the HPT, and there's your new winner. Keven Stammen's going home with the cash and the title.
All right, Kevin's your new HPT champion, but I want to talk about second-place finisher Bill Horseman. If you ask me, there was no horsing around tonight.
Well, he came hard down the home stretch and almost did it. How about that final hand, an open-ended straight, 2 overcards, the board double pairing, had like 100 outs twice. Just came up a no short. Congratulations, Bill.
Second place, nobody wants to be the bridesmaid, but almost $54,000. That will help. He's joined with our tournament director, Jeremy Smith. Gentlemen?
Tough battle throughout the day. You got to 3-handed. Was short stack and battle back? Tell me about that.
Well, I was just trying to stay out of their way. Let the 2 guys battle it out just to hope move up a spot. And it worked out that way, so I'm very happy and enjoyed playing with Kevin. He's an excellent poker player, and just very proud of my performance this week.
Yeah. So you're walking away with $53,000 in cash. What's your plans for the money?
Oh, we put a pool in my backyard this spring, so I think the wife is expecting me to try to pay off a good portion of this new pool we just put in. So had a lot of fun. Was glad she let me come play, and I got a lot of family at home watching it, streaming online, so I hope they're all proud of what I did.
Well, Bill, I think your friends and family will be very proud of you. You represented yourself well, and congratulations on your second place finish. Well, now it's time to talk to our champion. There can only be one, and this week on the HPT, it's Keven Stammen.
Yeah, thumbs up to Bill. 2 thumbs up for Keven. He's our HPT champion. He's with Jeremy Smith for that table interview right now.
Walking away with just over 87,000 in chips. Tell me about your play throughout the day.
Everything went pretty good. I just had to make the big fold with the king 3. That was pretty crazy. I had 5 big blinds left.
Yeah, you played great throughout the day. You did get short there down to 300,000. It was a great fold. Came back 3-handed there. Played great 3-handed. You're going to walk away with 87,000 in cash. What's your plans for the money?
I'm going to try to hang on to it. Maybe put it in some other tournaments.
So Keven wants to hold on to the money. So what's harder, winning the tournament or holding on to the loot?
Yeah, that's the challenge, James. Sometimes it can slip right through your fingers. Everybody at home knows that. You know, sometimes the toughest part of the game is managing success. I have a feeling he's going to do just fine.
He'll be just fine. He's Keven Stammen, the almost $6 million man. Congratulations to him, your newest HPT champion. Time for us to get out of Florence, Indiana to the next event we go on. And we want you to join us, so pick a date that will work. Just head on over to hptpoker.com, and who knows, maybe you'll be playing for the unreal cash. For Jeremy Smith and my good friend Kenneth James, I'm James Larson, and we'll see you next time right here on the HPT.